So hello and welcome, I'm Frederick Dunn and this is The Way to Be. Guess what? I have another hat. Bought it off of eBay. This thing is 100% woolen. It is a derby hat. According to the listing, I have no idea how old this thing is. And it is doe skin felt made in the United States by the Bowman Hat Company. So what we're going to do is put this out in the bee yard, just in case there's another swarm. Now I've done a little switcheroo here. So I put the new hat that I've obtained in the spot that the old hat was at when it caught the swarm before. So on the left there is the hat that we featured in a previous video. So the one on the right is the new one. And I did do something to it too. I spritzed the new one lightly on the brim with Swarm Commander. And I put it in the place where the old hat was, and some of the branches around are still carrying the scent of previous swarm collections. So the hat on the left, or on the right in this image, was not refreshed. So that was on the 4th of May, and today is the 12th of May. So the hat on the right actually has the advantage. Position-wise, a light scent, not much, not even as much as was used before on the hat that's on the left. So we have an unscented and a scented bowler hat. And Swarm Commander was used, and after this we're going to let them both have no refreshed Swarm Commander. So the one on the left, of course, has had a swarm on it before. There may be residual pheromones from the bees that were on it. They are at roughly the exact same height from the ground, which is right around 5 feet. 5 to 6 feet. They are roughly the same distance from the tree, but there again, the hat on the right here is where most swarms are collected on this tree. So you can see the close-up here. Remember, it has that little gold medallion too, which is probably brass. And we'll see what's going to happen. So remember, this is 8 days since the last time we caught anything with these bowler hats. And things are starting to look good for the original hat. Now I don't know if it's the shape also. That's the New York Hat Company. And the one on the right is just a standard bowler hat. And that thing, by the way, I got it for $22 on eBay, and it sells for $160 brand new. So getting used hats is definitely the way to go so far. And it's also looking good for this more rigid, also woolen bowler hat. Now the other thing I notice is with the hats here, the bees do not collect on the branches in the end. Now look, they start out all over the place. They're on these adjacent branches, see the bees? And they eventually just migrate to the hats. So the air was full of bees for a long time. This entire thing, even though it's narrowed down to about 6 minutes here today in the video, this took over an hour. And we did have freezing temperatures last night, dropped into the low 30s, high 20s Fahrenheit, and the hats were left out overnight, so they both had frost on them, and they were not brought in. So I could not smell anything different about the new hat that came. But then, of course, bees smell things better than we do, and they're showing clear favor for the more traditional bowler on the left. The shape of that thing is more aerodynamic too. It has a higher center. I don't know if any of that means anything. This is not going to be the end of the testing, by the way, because guess what? Another one arrived in the mail today. So I will have 3. And after this, of course, now we're going to switch positions again. We're going to put the new bowler out, and we will treat them all exactly the same. So each one will get just the lightest touch of Swarm Commander on the bottom of the brim. And we'll see if the bees are showing a preference for shape. And so right now, they 100% for 2 swarm events went for this particular bowler. Just held up with a shoestring, a clip. The branches, of course, this is a common tree for swarms to collect on. These are bivouac positions. This is not final destination. So we're going to try it again. And we'll see what happens. I'm Frederick Dunn. This is the way to be.